Okay, hi friends. I'm gonna try and explain what I did with this sweater, and hopefully it won't take super long. But so the front and the back are both just the Phoenix crochet along pattern, done through part 3, which is like row 32. And that is, there's one of those in the front and then there's one of those in the back. I am like 5'10", and I have broad shoulders. So take that into account when you're if you're thinking about wearing it yourself. You might need to go smaller or use a smaller hook. If you are using a thinner yarn, you guys know the drill. But then for the shoulders, what I did was I just put both squares right sides together. Let me see. And then I used a mattress stitch, or you could probably use a whip stitch. Hang on. You can see it's just a very simple, putting of the seams together. I did about, I want to say 20 stitches. I closed it for about 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. So about 20 stitches from the corner into the shoulder. If you want this neck to be smaller, then obviously you would just do more stitches. This neck, I did not do anything to this neck. This edge is just the back post half double all the way around, all the way over the square that is directed in the pattern. So I did not do anything to this neck other than just leave it the way it was and sew the edges together. Same thing on the other side. Obviously, you just make it symmetrical. And it's just those back post half doubles together. Okay, so then for the sleeves, on the sides, well, I should say this first. Okay, hang on. On the sides, I did the same thing you can see as I did with the neck. I started at the bottom. Let's pull it up here. I started at the bottom with the right sides together and just whip stitched or mattress stitched all the way up. The other thing you can do is you can also do just like join them with like a row of single crochets if you prefer. And then I just did that. I just joined that all the way up until I had enough room for my arms. And I don't even know how many stitches that is. I just kept putting a pin in it, a safety pin, and trying it on until I had the right armhole length. So you would do whatever that is for you. Once I had the armhole, so then it looked like a vest basically. So once you have the two squares sewn together, it's just a big square vest with a big square sleeveless top basically. And I actually wore it like that once. And it was all right, but I just decided that I wanted full sleeves on it when I was done. So after I wore it that one day. So then what I did was where the armhole is, I went underneath where your armpit would be basically, directly down from the shoulder, right up under there. Let's see. So you can see right here where the square stopped. Right here, I did a well, actually it was probably, yeah, it was right here. I did a standing double crochet, or you can join and do the 3 chains. Either one works. And then I just went around the whole, I just went up the armhole basically and did a double crochet in every stitch along the arm. And that was my foundation row, was I just went in and double crocheted across every stitch. Now, because my armholes are kind of, my sweater's kind of oversized, that if I'd have continued on with that same amount all the way down, I would have had big blousey sleeves. So I made my first round of double crochets, and then I, every time I got back to the beginning underneath, you can see this, every time I got back to the beginning, I would just make a decrease, or actually I would just skip the last one, and that's how I got this like line right here where it's actually kind of decreasing. And I just did that for the first like probably 5 or 6 rows until it got, and I would just try it on after probably every 6 rows maybe. I would try it on and see how it felt on my arm. And then if I needed to decrease, I would decrease, keep decreasing, and at some point I just went all the way around when I liked the width. So when I put the double crochets in, you can see I just put the double crochets in between the one from the previous row. That's how I got this kind of mesh looking pattern. But it's just plain old double crochets on every round. They're just in between the posts of the previous ones instead of like on top of the stitch. I think that's about it. The only other thing was the edge, the ribbing on the bottom, on the edge of the sleeve. This is just, once I got the sleeve almost long enough, I went through the double crochets that I had. Make sure you have an even number so you can alternate. And I went front post double, back post double, front post double, back post double, and I alternated all the way around. And then I kept it the same, so you front post double on top of a front post double in the next round, and then you back post on your back post, and you just keep that consistent. This is like 4 rows of that, I think. But obviously you just make that as thick as you want as well. All right, hopefully this made sense. Hopefully you guys could see what I'm talking about. I will do my best to answer any questions. I do not write patterns as good as Nessa. So sorry if I'm not clear, but I welcome your questions and I really appreciate all your positive feedback. And like I said, I'll do my very best to answer any questions you might have. Thanks.